Hi ladies, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. In today's wig video I will be showing you how I wash. I do the purple shampoo, deep condition, and also use a silicone mix on 3 different wigs. I did this eye wig that I've had for over a year, and I did the silicone mix on her for the first time, and I also used it on a different one, but this is the one I use. This is the Moroccan Argan oil silicone mix. There is one in a white container, but it's very perfumey, so if you don't like the one in the white container, you will like this. It just has that good like Moroccan oil smell. Like there's no scent really coming out of her except for like a good conditioner smell. And then the treatment mask that I used on my new Gardo Deluxe is going to be this. And this is the Moroccan Gold Series treatment mask. It is expensive, but a little does go a long way, so it is worth the money. And the way I make my conditioner like stretch or don't have to use the gobs of it is by brushing it on with a hair color brush. I highly suggest using something like this for applying conditioner because it allows you to get really close without touching the knots or the cap or getting near the lace. Each other shampoo that I used in the video is just my Argan Oil Luxury Shampoo. You can get it at Walmart or Amazon. And another important thing that you will need is heat. I just use my heating pad to do the heat mask. If you have one, this works the best. I highly suggest to get one. You can get the cheap little $7 one at Walmart if you don't have one. But I think everybody has one. I've had mine for 20 years. This is the same one. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy the video. And thanks for coming back. So today I'm going to be washing 3 wigs. This is my Gardo Deluxe, my new one. I have not washed it yet. And my eye wig, which I've had over a year. I'm going to tone in purple shampoo both the eye wig and the Gardo Deluxe just because they're more of a cool blonde, and I'm just going to make up a sink of water and soak them in it. Now I do wet the wigs first before I put them in the purple shampoo. So I'm just filling up my sink with warm water, not hot, not cold, just like lukewarm. Squirt a good bit of purple shampoo in there, and that was not supposed to happen. My bottle's almost empty. I'm out of the brand I usually like to use, so this is just some off-brand toning shampoo. And remember, purple shampoo is not a toner. It just helps take any brassiness out in between using toners, and it works really well on really cool blondes and light blondes. And so the reason I do it this way is, for one, purple shampoo is so drying and we don't want to dry our wigs out, and this seems to be the best method for me. It's been working on my eye wig for well over a year and I haven't dried her out any. So you just want to make sure the wigs are really, really wet, and then you just want to set them in the sink and soak them for about 3 to 10 minutes. It just depends on how much brassiness your wigs may have. I'm just doing maintenance, so I'm just gonna let them sit. I like to just check them in between every few minutes just to make sure they're not turning purple and the hair's not picking up the dye, which it usually won't happen when you do it this way, so it's pretty safe. So now I'm just going to drain my sink and then rinse it out. And I did not ever scrub the hair into the purple shampoo. You never want to scrub on your wigs or do anything like that because it's just not good for them. So just make sure you rinse them really well until there's no shampoo coming out. And I'm not going to re-shampoo the eye wig, but I am going to re-shampoo the Gardo Deluxe just because I've never shampooed it before, and some dye did come out when I was doing the purple shampoo, which I should have washed it first. But what I like to do is I just rub the shampoo in and kind of like just lay it on the hair. I never scrub the hair, just very softly. You never want to like swish it in a tub of water or anything like that, because I promise you your wig will tangle up. I've had it happen to myself before. And after I've shampooed it, now I'm gonna just rinse it really well. Make sure there's no more soap, so you want to rinse it for a few minutes. When you think you're done rinsing, keep rinsing. You want to make sure you get all that soap out, and I always do it with holding the scalp up and let the water run down. That way I don't cause any tangling into the hair, and then I just squeeze it out, and then I have little old towels that I squeeze it out with. Now I'm going to, on the Gardo Deluxe, I'm just going to add some conditioner because it doesn't need any silicone mix. And what I do is I just lay it down on a hand towel because I'm going to later use that. And I take a hair color brush and I just brush the conditioner on. This is so important because you don't want to get a lot of conditioner or oils or anything like that toward the knots. That way your hair doesn't, you know, fall out, come untied. So I always just brush it on, and I find that you use less conditioner this way, and this conditioner is very expensive. I mean, they all are. You're not just trying to waste your product. So just very slowly just comb it on until you think you've covered the whole wig. When you get around the lace part and the hand-tied part, just be really careful not to touch it all the way up to the knots or anything. But I like to put a good bit, you know, around the face. That way it softens those areas, especially that have been lightened. And I'm gonna tell you what, this Gardeau wig feels so amazing. I love this Mongolian hair. It feels so good. The texture's nice. So now I'm just gonna roll it up. The towel is kind of damp, and put it into my heating pad on high for about 10 to 15 minutes. This just lets the conditioner do its thing, and I love to do heat treatments. Now I'm going to use the silicone mix on my eye wig, which, let me remind you, this eye wig was a year old in May. So this silicone mix has a way better scent to me. I prefer it over the one in the white container. And I'm just going to saturate the hair completely in it, just like I did with the conditioner, just being careful I don't get any on the knots. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to wrap it up and put it in the heating pad. Now I'm going to wash my Deborah's Enchanted wig. It's in the color Roxy. It's a very light blonde, and this wig sheds a lot, so I'm very, very careful with her. I mean, I try to be so careful around the lace area because all the hairs get bunched up around there, but she's feeling really dry, and I've only washed her, this would be the third time, so I'm going to put some silicone mix on her and hopefully give her back. So if you have a wig that loses hair really easily, just be super careful not to get any around the lace or the knots. That way you're not losing any more hair. And I have a friend that has the same exact wig and hers doesn't shed as much, so I guess it's just mine. And I'm going to wrap her up like a burrito also and put her in the heating pad next. But right now I have like a waiting area for wigs that need to be done. But now my Gardeau is ready. We're going to rinse it out and see how she feels and looks. And oh my gosh, she still feels just as good. This conditioner is my holy grail. I will leave the information down below, but I did give it all in another one of my videos. I think it was the eye wig review. So I just like to comb it out. I can comb this wig out and other wigs, but I don't comb my Deborah's Enchanted much while it's wet. I'm really careful, and I use the big teeth. But you just want to rinse it, and when you think you're done rinsing, keep rinsing. You want to make sure you get all that conditioner out, and always going down. And I think I ended up getting 2 hairs out of this wig. I saved all the hair from all 3 wigs that had came out during this process, and it wasn't a lot, surprisingly. Just know which wigs you got to be careful with. I mean, you should always be careful. So then I just hand dry them really good and just squeeze them with my towel and try to get all the water out and just keep squeezing. I've seen other people roll it up, and I just prefer to do it this way. And then I just kind of make sure it's not knotted up at the ends or anything like that. But always be careful when you're combing them when they're wet. And then I'm going to get my wig stands. I got 3 ready. And I'm going to start setting up my drying area. So once you think you got all the water out, you're just going to put her on the wig stand. Now the eye wig. She's my baby. This is my everyday girl. She's my favorite wig. Me and her have been through a lot. I'm just going to make sure I rinse her out real good. And sorry, I didn't get all that in frame, but it's kind of repetitive. Just dry her off. I'm going to put her on the wig stand just the same. I'm going to comb it out a little bit. Now I'm just going to rinse my Deborah's Enchanted wig. I don't really comb her any while she's wet, so I'm just going to put her on the stand. So just be careful with the ones that shed easily, but this was all the hair I got out of all three. That's not bad. But here are the girls. They're waiting to dry. I hope this video helped anybody who needed any help with washing, and just thank you for watching.